Welcome to Sterling High School. I'm Jared Claiborne. I'm joined by Mr. K, and we are here in the TV studio, and today is Thursday, January 28th, and it is the start of semester 2. Coach K, how are you and your family, sir?
So far, everything's been great. We've been able to get through the pandemic. We've been unscathed. I run the gamut of having a college student, a high school student, and a middle school student, so all different types of education, all different types of struggles, but again, knock on wood, so far we're getting there.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for reflecting to us. Everybody has their own unique experience, and we're making the most of it.
Yeah, we're trying, and again, my heart kind of goes out to all the seniors, and I have a senior here too, so again, all I can do is thank the administration and the board, and we've talked before, that you guys are trying to do everything that you can under impossible circumstances, and the seniors, I know they're disappointed, but you know, they're dealing with it the best they can.
We had a great meeting with the senior class parents the other day. We had a lot of people on, and we're just trying to give them as much information that we have at this time.
Yeah, and again, there's still tons of questions that you have to answer, like all the end of the year activities, the what can we do, what can't we do, and it's a shame because for you guys, it's a day by day event. Things change, so all I can say is hang in there. We're trying.
That's right. That's right. Appreciate that. So I want to give a shout out to this S2 TV crew here. So this is, what class is this, Mr. K, right now?
I have TV2 and TV3 combined.
TV2, TV3 combined. It's the first day, S2, and we got new kids on the cameras in here and behind the scenes. Mr. Kane is directing back there, and he does not have the help of Mr. K because he's over here. So great job, guys, and thank you for doing that. And with that, that's part of the message today is it's S2. It's a chance to start strong, make good impressions, and with that, I want to first is to remind you and encourage you, turn your cameras on. Be connected. Parents, reiterate to your students how valuable this skill is and this technology is. And I get it, not every moment of the class do you need to have the camera focused in on you, but when it's your time to speak and be directed to by a teacher, sit up, have that clean environment, communicate clearly. I was just in the classroom talking to some of the students. Interviews are being conducted like this. Business is being conducted like this. If you cannot function in front of this camera, then you're not making that right first impression. So that is one of the beauties of the semesters. You know, I used to say that I taught 12 years in social studies, but really I had 24 years of experience because it was 24 semesters where you have that fresh start, that fresh ability to establish norms and trends in your classrooms and build relationships. I think that was a valuable argument. So S2, start strong, new beginning, and you can all do it. With that, winter sports has begun. Mr. K, that's why I wanted to come and talk to you. We want to give thanks to the Board of Education for their commitment to continue to not only prioritize Channel 19, but make it the best in what we think, not only the Colonial Conference, but South Jersey. So we made a lot of upgrades, so let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, first, not only the board, we got to thank Mr. Sheehan and yourself for finding a way to get this done because, again, technology is great, but folks, it costs money and it takes resources to go get it. And we were just able to upgrade our system. We're going to give you some shots of the truck. This is what our TV truck used to look like, and it's a lot of custom home-built stuff. Like we used to do TiVos on the replay. That's that whole left side section. So what we had to do over the last month or so, as we go to the next pictures, we had to take all this equipment out to this point. You can see we're now in kind of an empty shell of a room at this point, and that's where all the analog equipment came out. So all the analog equipment, the 1990s technology came out. As we move on to the next picture, you're going to see again. Now the newer equipment came in, and the newer equipment is all digital. It's built for high def. You can see all the screens and monitors in there. There's 5 monitors right in there, and I'll get a little more of that in a second. We go to the next picture right now of some of the things. There it is with all the equipment on. And again, while we get here, I got to thank a couple other people. I have to thank Paul Mays from our IT department, Paul spent tons of hours with me putting this together, and our director, Andrew Kane, also tons of hours putting this together, as well as the maintenance department. The maintenance department had to run new lines for us inside the building. So what it comes down to, Mr. Claiborne, what this does, it gives us as a broadcast unit, we're now a digital signal, and I've had lots of great comments from people saying, wow, it's so much clearer now. You can see it right away. It's clearer. It gives us for a better presentation. It's giving kids who work the games a more realistic opportunity. So now when they leave here, they're more able to go to a college or a professional setting and say, yeah, I've used the equipment that you would use professionally. So that's kind of the Reader's Digest version of where we are right now.
That's great. So now we know that in this pandemic, wow, what a priority and need this is, because unfortunately for the winter sports, per the state and NJSIA, spectators cannot come in. So parents now are relying solely on what you're able to do. And so thank you to Channel 19, not only the staff that are here, but also the volunteer staff that come in to support the students and the amount of students that it takes. For a varsity game, when we run a full production, we're running, what do we have, 6 students, whether they're in the truck or on a camera.
Yeah.
And that's great. And they're all socially distanced doing their thing, but that's to give us that best quality, and it's really high level production.
Yeah, I was fortunate that before I came to Sterling, I had worked in sports broadcasting for almost 20 years. I've been well into it now, and I was able to take that experience into what we do here. And I've been able to teach the kids what to do. And what's unique about our program is we have some kids who are in the class, like they are right now, who come out as part of their class requirement and work with us. But I have other kids, it's part of a club. So I have freshmen who have never taken our class yet, sophomores, juniors who haven't. They come out. And what we're on a push right now for is, and we talked about this yesterday, we're trying to get some more students not only involved behind the scenes, but we're trying to get more students to announce the games with us. I mean, that's an opportunity that's out there for any student. And we'll teach you. We'll teach you how it goes on. In some years, we've had 3 kids sitting there announcing the game. It's been great. We have opportunities here with, we can take an iPad in the crowd, and we can do a reporter on the scene. So again, I'm going to reach out for any student. This is open for any student. It's open for boys. It's open for girls. Behind the scenes, love to have you, but in front of the camera. Or when I say in front of the camera, you're announcing a sporting event. You're not necessarily on the camera, but you can comment on what you're seeing. So hopefully we can get some more kids involved with that.
Yeah, so there's your plug, students. A chance not only to get involved in maybe a career passion that you're interested in, and maybe you just couldn't fit it in your schedule, or maybe you just want to be involved in Sterling High School and be a super fan and support. It's your opportunity to come. You actually get a chance to be in person, whether behind the camera or behind the microphone. We encourage you to do that, and it'll be a great opportunity. And we have such skilled professionals in Mr. K, Mr. Farr, Mr. Strauss, Mr. Schulz, who are doing an awesome job. But you have great people that can help coach you through doing that, and we'd love to give you that opportunity. And with that, we're making a commitment. Our goal is to try to cover as many JV games as possible. We're not going to cover maybe with that full set because we're relying on so many volunteers to get that done, but keeping a camera on so that parents can see that, it's going to be one of our goals. Now, I'll be honest with you, stretching to freshmen is very difficult for us right now. We're going to continue to search ways to do it, but we just don't know that we have the manpower to get that done. Plus, we have multiple sites.
I've worked with the freshmen, with the coaches. I believe Mr. Barringer is able to develop, so he's trying to get the freshman games on. And the problem is they're in another gym while we're doing the main gym with JV. Right. So JV, what we're doing is we're broadcasting the game. It's a chance for my kids to learn some equipment. So we're going to be in there doing some things. We are going to have an announcer out there today to announce the game. So in a normal year, a non-COVID year, we just do varsity because it's just too much.
Right.
But as an administration and crew, we understand that this is different times, and this is the only time as a parent you would get to see your child play, boy or girl. So again, yes, any home JV game, we are going to do the 4 o'clock game and then the 5:30 game. If it's home this whole winter, we're going to do it.
So then let me point to where you can get to the links for the other schools, and I can't confirm that they will always work, but just first, if you go to the main page, you can see we got the buttons on the bottom. So the Channel 19 button, you can click that. That's going to go to what's playing live, but you see the banner there where it says athletic updates and live game links. If you click right on that banner, so whether you're on your mobile device or you're on a laptop or whatever, then one of the first things we put there is just links to all the schools. So this is their YouTube channels or whatever method that they are posting. So for example, tonight the girls will be at West Deptford, 7 p.m. I'm pretty sure. You can come to this site, click on West Deptford, and you're going to be able to connect to what they're broadcasting for there, which was awesome because on Tuesday, I was able to come up here and support what was going on here, and then I went home and at 7 I turned on and watched the boys.
It was cool for me too as a parent. I'm a parent of a senior basketball player, so I was able to broadcast the girls' game here at Sterling. I was able to wrap up and turn on the game, and as a parent, I was able to watch my son play for Sterling at West Defford, and it's neat because I've had the opportunity in some downtime. I watched Haddon Township play Haddon Heights last night on TV, and again, the difference between us and some of the other programs, they're in their infant stages.
Yeah.
So what you're going to get at a lot of these other schools, West Defford has done a job with announcers and stuff too, but a lot of the other schools will at least give you a camera that you're in the room to watch the game. And I was able to watch a non-announced game with one camera and enjoy it. So we'll continue to push the envelope and make ours the best that we feel it is. But it's nice now that when you travel, if you can't make it, you're working, you can sit home and watch your child play. I think that's awesome.
It's great. It's a place that a lot of people needed to get to in the pandemic. That's one of the positives, forcing us into some of those zones. But just thank you to you and your crew. So many volunteers from maintenance helping run wires to Paul, as you said, Mr. Mays, taking care of us, and then the students. Not only the students that are desired to be in the class, but just volunteers that are coming up, and we're looking for more of you students to come as well.
And we can't do it without the students. And I wish I had a dime for every time I have a senior that comes through here when they're honored for something, goes, oh my God, I never knew this was here. I mean, it's amazing that, again, I can't stress it enough. This program is open to anyone, even if you don't take the class. I have a handful of my regular tech crew kids who've never taken a TV class.
Right.
They just like being involved. Like you said, it's their chance to be involved in the club, to broadcast the game. So again, contact me, the email. If you come into school, come see me. We get you involved right away. It doesn't matter if you have no experience. Again, I had freshmen out there with soccer games day one, gave them a little tutorial, and we went at it. So yeah, we need more people right now.
Awesome, awesome. So thank you, and make sure you're tuning in to our winter sports, which begins again tonight. We'll be covering JV at 4 o'clock against that'll be boys home versus West Defford, and boys at 5:30 varsity, and then you can tune into the girls at the West Defford link at 7 p.m. So the last thing I want to talk about is just a snow day, and I don't have a formal statement, but I just want to state that the NJDOE and the Camden County Department of Education have stated under the pandemic that a school district could choose to just work through a day remotely, right? So you wouldn't have to use a snow day. We could just say, hey, we're just going to, everybody's fully remote, continue as normal in our hybrid schedule connecting at home. Or we might say, we want to take a snow day because of whatever reasons that we chose that. So we have not made a choice on what we want to do. It might depend case by case, but I encourage you to follow along. Again, you should be following the Twitter page, my Twitter. You can follow Channel 19 Twitter, Mr. Sheehan on Twitter. We're going to post it there, and then, of course, we'll always send out the blast through the school messenger, which will go out to your phones. But, yeah, so we have not made that decision, but I'm sure as many of you are, and especially if you have little kids, they would love the chance to get into the snow.
Yeah.
Our maintenance might not want it, but the kids certainly do. So with that, guys, again, one last plug. Focus on starting strong. It's a new, fresh start, new beginning. Make good first impressions, and I encourage you to use your camera to connect with the students. It was great to see some additional students here today as we got into blue. New students came back for the first time, and we welcomed them with open arms. But continue to stay safe, Sterling strong, and go Knights.
He's figuring out how to get out of here.